guys and girls, this is the Prussian Prince with Attila tournament match, and this is going to be TWCL Autumn 2015 again. Hey, Group B, match between Simon of ID and JohannesvonBonn of DSR. In this first game, we have Simon Assassins and JohannesvonBonn as Burgundians. Honestly, I think the Burgundians are very, very favored here because of Royal Lancers and their Burgundian Axemen, of course. But we'll see how this one actually plays out. Going to put it in slow motion just to see how it is. So, here we have the Sassanid army, actually. We have the Persian Nobles General, Bronze 1 with Brace. Then we have a bunch of Griffpunvar Cataphracts. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 6 Griffpunvars? Yes, 6 Griffpunvars, Bronze 1. Then we have 2 Persian Mounted Bowmen. Interesting choice indeed. We have some Armenian Slingers on the field. 2, 3 of those. We have 2 Persian Skirmishers, it seems. We have some Dalamite Warriors too. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Dalamite Warriors. Looks like all of them are Bronze 1, and that is the Sassanid build deployed all on one flank. Interesting choice indeed. Now the Burgundians. We have a Royal Burgundian General with fast charge for JohannesvonBonn. Then we see, let's see, what do we see? 2 Royal Lancers, Bronze 1 on the left, 2 Royal Lancers, Bronze 1 on the right. And then we have more Royal Lancers. Looks like 2 more, Bronze 1 as well. In terms of skirmishing contingent, well, we see a bunch of Germanic archers, 3, 4, 5 Germanic archers in total. That's a good amount of Germanic archers. Then we see a bunch of Burgundian axemen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Burgundian axemen. So definitely a very strong contingent here for the Burgundians. But let's hit play and watch this battle happen. Yeah, the Sassanids have the 2 Persian mounted bowmen, which have to get charges off onto the Burgundian axemen. Like, they could just go around and hit the Burgundian axemen in the rear. But the Griffpunvars won't do terribly against Royal Lancers, but they will still do pretty terribly. Honestly. So we will see what the plan is here for the Sassanids, honestly. Armenian Slingers engaging Germanic archers. That is very, very good for the Assassins, especially as these Armenian Slingers are in loose formation. So the damage they'll take is going to be insignificant. Because they're in loose formation, because they're highly armored, and they're just going to waste so many volleys of these Germanic archers. Now these Dalamites are up front, and there's no big deal if these guys get shot, right? Because they have decent armor and a lot of health. Looks like Royal Lancers against Griffpunvar here. As you can see, it's going as expected. The Griffpunvars, no chance against Royal Lancers, but the Burgundian Axemen are coming in. Looks like they're just walking though, so that's a mistake by the Burgundians. Here though, we had a Royal Lancer charge into this Griffpunvar. Looks like it's going to do very well, but this Griffpunvar... Wow, this Royal Lancer is still on the field, but looks like the Burgundian Axemen are going to make it into the Griffpunvar, which is very bad for the Sassanids. But they broke all these axemen, so maybe they should just pull out, but they're going to lose a lot of men pulling out though. We'll see. Might wait for just infantry support and that pull out or something. The general of the Sassanids is getting charged though. There's all these cavalry units out of position for the Burgundians. Just sitting here doing nothing. I don't know what the Royal Burgundian General is trying to do here, because he's just gonna get shot and now charged by a Griffpunvar Cataphract, so he's not in a good shape. These Dalamite Warriors here are going to tank it very well against Royal Lancers and Burgundian Axemen, but at the end of the day, they're not going to be cost efficient. And these Burgundian Axemen just not getting into the fight. There's no infantry support here for the Burgundians. There is here though, and this could be the game-losing mistake of the Burgundians, just sending in the general like that. A bit too ballsy, and these Burgundian Axemen, they need to go into the fight, but they're not going in. I mean, this is just a pretty terrible engagement for the Burgundians over here. This is not good at all, particularly over here. But here, that one very well. They destroyed the Griffpunvars. However, the Royal Burgundian General is going to be dying soon, especially if it gets focused. And that's not going to be good for the Royal Burgundians at all. For the Burgundians, not Royal Burgundians. I guess Royal Burgundians as well. So Griff Bombardsier getting a nice charge into the Burgundian Axemen. Dalemite Warriors pushing through, but they're gonna get charged by the Axemen, so they have to pull back, I believe, here. They don't want to get charged by Axemen, or are they going to pull back? Looks like they're just going to engage here. But these Axemen are going to get the charge off, destroying these Dalemites. That is not good for the Sassanids. Here, though, we still have Persian Mounted Bowmen on the field, which means they can go around and hit the Huskarls. I mean, if there's no cavalry left on the field for the Burgundians, what this means is that these Persian Mounted Bowmen are going to be able to destroy the Burgundian Axemen just rear charging. Oh, this is really bad right now for the Burgundians. Their general has died, which means that the Burgundians could chain route here. And now this Royal Lancer is a very good unit, of course, for the Burgundians, but it's taking so many casualties to these Javelin, to these Armenian Slingers. And now this Dalemite Warrior, nicely pulled out by the Sassanids, is going to get jabs off onto it. And there goes the Royal Lancer. And that should turn things around for the Sassanids right now. As the Persian Mounted Bowman making it through, destroying these Germanic archers. He just wants to kill the skirmishers with this Persian Mounted Bowman, which is not a bad idea at all. Now these units are going to start wavering here, and at this point I'd say that it's kind of over. The Sassanids have this game, but very, very close game. Even though it doesn't look like it, it's still kind of close in my opinion. But yeah. But I mean, Simon he just played this so well, because I really think that he was gonna have a really hard time with Sassanids against Burgundians, but he did pull it off, so very nicely done by him. There goes the first game. As you can see, Javelins, huge amount of damage dealt by them to JohannesvonBonn. The Elamites doing not very well, but the Armenian Slingers, lots of kills, mostly on Germanic archers, but that's alright. Griff Bombards here, they did a terrible job against the Royal Lancers, but they held mostly, and that was important. And then the Bowmen just went around and did a lot of damage. Finished off the Germanic archers and such. I mean, it's still, Simon would have still had these Persian Mounted Bowmen at the end of the game to just charge any Axemen that were left. So very, very well done here by Simon. But that was game 1. See you in game 2. Second game between Simon and JohannesvonBonn. And in this game, we're gonna have Simon playing as the Albanians of all factions, and JohannesvonBonn as the Visigoths. So, I mean, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Let's see how the deployment goes. So I'm gonna go over the build of Simon very, very quickly. He has a King's Fianna Bronze 3 with Brace. Then we have, let's see, the rest of his cavalry forces. Let's see, a bunch of Mormor cavalry. I believe he has 6 of those. Yes, Bronze 1. Then we have some skirmishes. Looks like 3 Celtic archers in total. All in loose formation, it seems. No, they're not in loose formation at the moment. Then we have 3 Celtic berserkers on the right flank. They are all vanilla. Now, kind of like the center of his contingent, we see a bunch of King's Warband. Looks like 4 of those Bronze 1. And that's... okay, is it 4? Okay, it's 4 of them, yeah. So definitely he's going to be attacking his right, because he has these Celtic berserkers on his right. That is how he wants to push the enemy. And he actually has a Chosen Raider all the way over here. Make that 2 Chosen Raiders. So we'll see if they can actually pay for themselves. But so ballsy to pick up Danians here. Now for the Visigoths, well, we shall see. But there's an engagement here. Rapid advance charged by the Chosen Raiders into Noble Germanic Horsemen. Okay, do not quite understand this. There's going to be support for the Visigoths. But it's quite crazy, this engagement. Anyway, for the Visigoths, what we have here is the Bronze 1 Gothic General with fast charge. Then we have some skirmishes on the field. Looks like 3 Germanic hurlers in total. We do have some Noble Germanic Horsemen. 1, 2, 3, 4 Noble Germanic Horsemen. And we have, is it 4, 1, 2, okay. And yeah, looks like 2 Germanic Lancers on the field. And we have some Germanic Archers too, 2 of them. For sword contingent, we see a bunch of Thracian warriors. So one, is it though? No, it looks like a noble Germanic swordsman, then 3 Gothic warband here, Gothic Palatine defector here, and Thracian warrior. But this is a weird engagement here for the Visigoths. They have no infantry support. Yeah, let's hit play and watch this unfold. Murmur cavalry here, gonna lose a lot pulling out of Germanic lancers. But here these Murmur cavalry made it into the Gothic Palatina defectors. And the Abdanians are actually fighting downhill. Oh, this is not a good position though for this Murmur cavalry. Does not get a counter charge into the Germanic lancers, so it's gonna take some damage. But here though, these chosen raiders running away from the Gothic general. Again, Gothic general probably going a bit too far. Now this noble Germanic horseman is going to be off the field due to the Celtic berserker support. Thracian warriors running in with rapid advance though. They're going to do significant casualties here. So we'll see how that engagement goes. But here the Gothic general is just going to get shot by the chosen raiders and it will die. Because it's stuck over here and now it's going to get stuck. It's going to get shot and it's going to take significant casualties. This cav charge with the Murmur cavalry is not only going to get into a Gothic warband, but into a second one. So the damage here with the charge is just going to be massive, as it's hitting 2 units at the same time. Just a lot of damage with the Murmur cavalry here, destroying those units. And now the Gothic general is going to get engaged here. Celtic berserkers pulling out and now going to go back into the Gothic general. These chosen raiders are positioned in a way so as to destroy the Gothic general as quickly as possible, even with friendly fire. And now these Celtic archers just firing into the blob here as the King's Warband hold here. Very nice. They're holding against all these units, making them tired and stuff. But now the King's Fianna is still alive here. This Murmur cavalry, as you can see, the morale is not great. But the Gothic general is now dead, and it's off the field. So finally, this noble Germanic swordsman gonna get charged, and it's not in shield wall, so it's gonna take so much damage on the charge. Chosen raiders, you're going to pull away from the noble Germanic horseman. They don't want to engage there, and that's good if the chosen raiders pull out, because it's just, this is a cost-effective trade. I mean, they don't want to fight the noble Germanic horseman. And here though, very nice charge into the Thracian warriors by the Murmur cavalry. More units pushing through here for the Abdanians. Just so well done with the Abdanians here by Simon. Very, very impressive that he's beating the Visigoths with the Abdanians here. It looks very, very good for him. This rear charge by the noble Germanic horseman did do quite a lot of damage, but I mean, is this going to be enough? Well, the general of the Abdanians is now engaging here, the King's Fianna, but it's doing so well for itself. More Murmur cavalry and King's Warband going into these archers. We're gonna see a rear charge soon on these Gothic Palatina defectors. And I mean, these Gothic Palatina defectors are gonna have no chance. But yeah, very well done here by Simon to go downhill on this map and to rush so quickly, and that was very, very effective by him. Now the general here is going to engage. This noble Germanic horseman is using steady, but just so few units left right now for the Visigoths. So let's zoom in and watch this happen. As you can see, these guys just taking a lot of damage here. They're going to rout soon. So Germanic horsemen, just because of the army losses specifically. And they are exhausted as well, so they don't like staying in the fight for too long. And now they're going to be routed, but last noble Germanic horseman charge here. Was that unit forgotten or something? Because it's basically full. Oh, I didn't know. I did not notice it. It maybe was forgotten by JohannesvonBonn, because it is full, so that could potentially be one problem. But looks like now it's just going to be off the field, and it is game. So let's see. For Simon, his berserkers did not do so well, as you can see here. King's Warband though, fairly nice job. Wow, King's Fianna and some of these Murmur cavalry just doing so well for themselves. Very, very impressive. Even the chosen raiders got some very important kills. Now for the Visigoths, let's see. Yeah, losing the Gothic general that early on was a bit painful for them, and noble Germanic horsemen dying. Germanic lancers did not do a lot, but actually the Germanic lancers still did significant damage to these Murmur cavalry, but it's not really effective. These Germanic crawlers did some something, but Thracians, yeah, the infantry contingent of Visigoths just got charged and died to Mormon cavalry and general like 2, I believe. But yeah, that is a 2-0 victory for Simon. So hope you all enjoyed, and if you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.